Hey, do you know, in my IIM Amritsar interview, there was one question which completely caught me off guard. And for a moment, I thought I messed it up. Hey everyone, I'm Alkananda. Well, after my CAT journey from 32 percentile to 95.88, uh, I finally got a chance to participate in IIM Amritsar interview. Well, today I'm going to share that experience as well as the questions they asked me and how did I answer those questions. And if you are going for IIM Amritsar interviews in the upcoming interview dates, then how you are going to participate and what things you should prepare with. And except that, if you are a future MBA aspirant, then this is also going to help you to understand how the IIM interviews goes. And so watch till the end, and if you are having any other questions, you can ask in the comment section. Well, to start with, my interview date was 13th March at 9:25 a.m. So in online mode. So when I joined, I was in a waiting area. Then a sequence came in which I was the first person to continue that interview. So I joined, then there were two panelists. They greeted me, so I also greeted them. Then the first question came from the first panelist, and he asked to introduce myself, so I did. The second question came is tell me more about your family business. Actually, I was having gap years in which I was involved in my family business of daily activity. So I mentioned about that, and as I belong from a literature background, so he asked me the literature era sequence, and I was really not prepared for that. I mean, the sequence I was not remembering. So, for that reason, I could not recall that. But I mentioned those eras, but not in a sequence way. So, the next question came as you scored a significant percentile in quant. So, answer some quant question. First question was 52 into 48, the quick approach to multiply. So I mentioned about that. Then the next question came, three there are three dices, and if we have to get a sum of 8, like what is the probability of the denominator? So like it's a very simple question, right? The answer, still I'm telling you, it's 2 on 6, right? So the denominator 1, but we are getting a uh, solution of 21. I mean 21 by 216. So if you just cut it, then you will get 7 by 72. And he said all right. Then he also asked another question. It's about the discriminant of quadratic equation. So I mentioned it about the question. Mostly discriminant helps us to find the nature of the roots, right? And also that b square minus 4ac is the discriminant. You must know if you forget or anything. You should prepare this type of questions. In quant also, if you are having a proper significant hike in that quant section. So and also those d, I mean discriminant, if it is greater than 0, what will be, and if discriminant equals to 0 or less than 0, how it helps the nature of the roots to determine, and everything you have to prepare with, because they also asked me that question, so I answered. Then the second panelist, he finished his asking. Then the second panelist asked, are you aware of the the Middle East conflict, the whatever is going on? I said yes, ma'am. So she was like, well, how it's affecting the Indian market? So well, I luckily prepared about that Middle East stuff because it was very much current activities which is going on. So I answered that, and how like that is causing the gas cylinder crisis which Indian market right now facing, and as well as how that indirectly causing the food insecurities for which the prices are also hiking up those and at the same time the crude oil and the petroleum chemicals and many other things, right? And also the fertilizer which mostly comes from this Middle East areas, like the raw material for this fertilizers. So there are many things which you could prepare with before going for that interview. And the other questions which was asked, like I actually made a note, about those questions so that I will not forget any single question which was asked to me. Well, the third question asked by the second panelist is difference between consumer and customer. And point is, they asked me this because from what I mentioned about this Middle East crisis, at the same time, I used somewhere consumer, for which reason this question arrived to me. So, my honest answer is, you people should be cautious what word you are using in an answer, because from that word they could create another question. So I also answered like I'm telling you the answer which I gave at the time. Well, the customer mostly I answered who buys the product, and the consumer who consumes that product. Well, it could be also like a consumer could buy and also consume directly, but that could be the biggest difference. That's what I mentioned. And the next question was, what is the bottleneck in your family business? Like according to me, I answered the seasonal dairy activity. I mean, cow doesn't give milk whole year, right? So it gives for a certain point of time, then after that it doesn't give until it gets its calf. Yes. So I mentioned it about that it is a seasonal business, and for which reason the revenue definitely gets impacted. Like that I mentioned. And then she asked me the last question, that is, you are going for MBA for supporting your family business or to improvise yourself? So that was a tough question, really. So I I answered like my answer was both, because I wanted to help my family to grow in their business, as well as I also wanted to improvise myself, because knowledge is vast, right? So we should learn more about it. If we are having the opportunity to upskill ourselves, then we should definitely, with this uh, ever changing world. So that's how I think I answered of the last question. So from whole of this interview, what I will suggest is, if you are going for your IIM Amritsar interview, make sure you are prepared with all the current affairs scenario which is happening currently, like the deprivation of rupees, as well as the climate change, and also this Middle East conflict, how that is impacting the globe, as well as the Indian market. That is very much necessary. And apart of this, the core thing, suppose you are involved after your graduation, or if you are just a fresher, then in your graduation those subjects which you studied, you have to prepare about that. That is very much necessary. And honestly, I am not having any courses for GDPI. Well, I'm preparing by myself wholly. So my point is, you have to make it you know and you have to learn more about the current scenario, current affairs, as well as your academics. And a part of this, I would say, uh, my experience was good. I mean, my interview went around 20 minutes, I think. And because I entered the online mode at 9:25. Then after within 3-4 minutes, I entered to the interview round, and my interview finished nearly 9:46 or 47. So it went nearly or above 20 minutes, nearly 20 minutes, we would say. And overall experience, I would say it was kind of good. And the most like mostly one question troubled me is my literature era, which they asked me, and I didn't thought that question will come, because before this round I had experience with other interviews. They didn't ask me that much about the literature, but because of the gap between my graduation and this interview, so for which reason maybe they didn't ask me, so I was not prepared. So I will be also taking care of that situation, where I will be also studying my graduation subjects, and you should do the same, so that you could deal with those questions properly. And that's what I wanted to share with all of you people. I hope you people enjoyed. And for more information about my interviews and those questions asked, and how you could improve yourself in future, so follow me and also like me, and we are going to deal with all these. So bye bye, take care till that time.